Breaking. Niger Delta leaders spit fire. They say any attempt to scrap or submerge ministry will have adverse consequences. Wow. I think this is coming at the point where Tinubu has scrapped the Ministry of Niger Delta and left only NDDC alone. If I scrap NDDC too now, make you see waiting, you know, waiting go follow. So Niger Deltas are saying that there will be grave consequences of scrapping the Ministry of Niger Delta and or merging its portfolio. Leaders of the Niger Delta on Friday cautioned the federal government not to take any misguided step to scrap or submerge the Ministry of Niger Delta. Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs, okay, would have adverse consequence. The newsguru.com, TNG, okay, recalls the President Bola Tinubu had on Wednesday unveiled portfolios of ministers designate, but the Niger Delta Affairs Ministry was nowhere to be found because it was merged or deleted. Now, rising from a meeting of critical stakeholders for the Niger Delta extraction, leaders of the region in a communique jointly signed by its leader Chief E.K. Clark and Senator M1L1TANTS, national chairman, then the regional group declares that the group cautioned that any misguided step towards scrapping or submerging the ministry will create an unfavorable environment with adverse consequences. To this end, the following resolutions were reached at the end of confab. Okay, at the end of the confab. One expresses great surprise that in the published assignment of ministers to their various cabinet portfolios, there is none designated for the existing Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs. Two, reminds Mr. President that the Ministry of Niger Delta was created specifically to focus on infrastructural development, environmental protection, and empowerment of youths in the oil-rich Niger Delta region, which continues to be greatly impacted by the oil and gas industry and remains the life wire of the national economy. That the ministry, which was created by President Omar Musa Yar'Adua in 2008 and was sustained under his two immediate past predecessors, Goodluck Jonathan and Muhammadu Buhari, to help advance the cause of the peace in Niger Delta region. Therefore, calls on Mr. President to urgently address the omission, cautions that any misguided step towards scrapping or submerging the ministry will create an unfavorable environment with adverse consequences, further cautions the federal government to desist from tampering with any institution which, along with the Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs, have been flagship institutions to ensure peace and development in the Niger Delta region. We are hopeful that the federal government will be properly advised on this matter, even as we reiterate the commitment of the leaders of PANDEF and the people of the region to enduring the reign of peace and stability in the overall interest of the country. Okay? Now, wow. So the issue now is a warning to Tinubu for all of this. A lot of people have signed all of this. Okay. So they had a meeting because that omission was not a mistake. Okay. This thing was quietly omitted or even deliberately omitted for some reasons not known to all of us. They are saying it's a duplication. But meanwhile, that was the question I was asking. When I looked at the portfolio, you are saying that Minister of Niger Delta is a duplication of NDDC roles. And now you merge the portfolios and scrap the ministry. Okay, but the ones you created, you duplicated a lot of them. You split some ministries. You created two ministers for each ministry and portfolio. So what does that mean? So if that is a cheating, there's no political sense in what has been done. If you know that this is like robbing Peter to pay Paul. Exactly what has been done. It's robbing Peter to pay Paul. If you know you are scrapping some ministries, scrap some ministries and do it holistically, and not scrapping some ministries in one side and duplicating some in another side. That is robbing Peter to pay Paul. There's no honesty in that act at all. So I think whatever Niger Delta is saying has to be looked into properly, even though both the Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs and NDDC has actually not benefited everybody in Niger Delta over the years. But again, it should not be scrapped without any holistic reason. Somebody say, can this man be called a statesman? What do you mean? Tell that drug baron, Abi. Tell that drug baron. Who is he calling that drug baron? But Senate President is Akpabio, whose state Akwa Ibom and monks are the biggest receiver of the resources of Niger Delta, Nyesom Wike, an influential riverman and APC celebrity. So what are you talking about? What are you saying? Those senators, are they not, are they really representing the people or themselves? Nobody can depend on any senator in Nigeria. Somebody want to join hands with the Southeast and fight for the emancipation of the two regions by the northern and western political criminals. You people will continue to suffer. What somebody is trying to tell Niger Delta here. Since you want to fight alone, you think Igbos are fools, you will suffer. Until you join hands, there's not going to be peace anywhere. So because they have oil in Lagos and in the northern part of Nigeria, therefore, they have designed plan to agitate for the Ministry of Oduduwa and the Ministry of Arewa, just like the Northeastern Commission. Okay, the first is to scrap the existing Niger Delta Ministry so that they can establish all the dubious and fraudulent commissions to continuously shortchange the South. Okay, they should remember that tomorrow is pregnant, even though Adakaboro, okay, even though Adakaboro was eliminated. It will not happen in this generation, not in this time. What does that mean? The Fulanis must have advised Tinubu to scrap the Ministry of Niger Delta Affairs, else the Fulanis will compel him to also form the Ministry of Nomads, which include the Boko Haram, ISIS terrorists, okay, that doesn't contribute anything to the table. We mean economic contribution of any sort. It is a known fact that Shetima is breathing down the neck of Tinubu to form. In addition, the Fulanis Herdsmen Ministry or the Ministry of Fulanis we don't know who is actually ruling Nigeria. Can you imagine? Or ruling from Aso Rock. So that is what is happening here. I don't really know what this government is heading for. Every decision has K-leg. How could Niger Delta, that is a bridge to shield terrorists from south to stop them from touching the hubs of Nigeria wealth, be scrapped or submerged? It is one of the biggest ministry in resources. Clueless ni otigbaje, otigbagbe. You don't carry go. So the fact remains that let's see what Niger Delta will do about this. We don't understand whose interest is being protected here. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.